but I'll lift your spirits with this cinema corner. Cinema corner. Let's get right into it. Ski skirt. Where we at? Where we at? We're on the cinema corner. Ski skirt. Where we at? It's the cinema corner. Ski skirt. Where we at? It's the cinema corner. But we like to talk about TV shows, movies, and some movie reviews if we got them. But right now, I'm just going to talk about some TV shows that I've been watching that I've been tracking along with. From episode to episode. We got Mandalorian. Let's start with Mandalorian episode 7. This episode was interesting to me. It's been cool for the last couple. Me and Damo talked about the last couple of episodes. We got to see a lot of Bo-Katan, though. I feel like this is more of she is a Mandalorian, so I guess the title still holds because Bo-Katan is a Mandalorian. But this show has been a lot about her and her redeeming herself as, one, the Mandalorian, and her becoming the leader of the Mandalorians and the person that unifies the Mandalorian. So, though it's not really about Din Djarin this season and Grogu, we do get to see a lot of the Bo-Katan story, and I think it's pretty dope. It's still dope in my eyes because, she is royalty. Her family was wiped out. And she's like the last of, the heir of royalty. So she should kind of be the one to lead the Mandalorians and kind of unify the divided factions of the Mandalorian that are out there. You know what I'm saying? Because they all being divided can only get them killed off more. And everybody wants to kill the Mandalorians because everybody knows how powerful they are and, what is about to be a Mandalorian. So their planet was bombed and destroyed. And then they lied about it and said it was poisonous to go back there. So, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to divide the Mandalorians out here for centuries. So now it's up to Bo-Katan to go ahead and take the reins and unite them. People thought, you can't be a leader of the Mandalorians without wielding the dark saber. But in the last episode, we saw Din Djarin Mando give her the dark saber after explaining how he was captured by the robot. And she defeated the robot, taking away this dark saber from the robot. Therefore, she gets the dark saber, and she can lead the Mandalorians and unify us, type shit. Which was a dope type shit for the Mandalorian to do because, what I'm saying, it was a technicality type loophole type thing, but she was able to get the dark saber back, and we saw when she wielded the dark saber compared to when Din Djarin was trying to wield the dark saber. She was like it was super light, but with him it's like super heavy. And he couldn't really move it as fast as she could. So it was cool to see her get that back. And for her just to kind of flip in her mentality for like she used to just say, forget all the Mandalorian lore and culture. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to take off my helmet. I'm going to walk my own way, to actually seeing a mythosaur and actually regaining the belief of the Mandalorian and actually being bathing in the waters of Mandalore and being reborn as a Mandalorian. And, and the armorer said she can take off her helmet and be herself because she's going to be the one to unite the Mandalorians was a dope thing to see. And to see her actually on board because she's badass, man, leading the Night Owls and her whole faction of Mandalorians she had before she kind of like split from them. Yeah, they're pretty dope. So to see them merge with the actual traditional Mandalorians was really sick in this episode. Though they have beef, you know what I mean, from them being divided for so many years, it was cool to see a whole bunch of different types of Mandalorian, Mandalorii. I don't know, but the ones that take off their helmets and the ones that actually traditional, and for them to have beef and stuff as tribes was dope. We got to see them fight. Paz Vizsla was fighting one of the other guys. What's his name? Axe Wolves or something like that. They were fighting because, they had beef and, what I'm saying? It's, what's her name? Bo-Katan was like, you can't stop the fight, what I'm saying? Because if you stop the fight, it's going to cause like a war between the factions. And Grogu was in the robot. The upgrade to the droid, I forgot what the droid's name was, B-18, I don't know, B-11 or some crazy ass shit. Grogu actually fit inside and was operating the machine. And then only had two buttons, like a yes and a no button. And he went in there and stopped the fight. He was like, no. That shit was dope. Stop the fight because he could interfere. You know what I mean? Because the Mandalorian need to be together because everybody's trying to kill the Mandalorian. They're always trying to trap him and shit. And then we got to see Moff Gideon's return, and it was dope seeing how they did it because we did see him get rescued. They said that he was it looked like he was rescued by Mandalorians, but the New Republic or whatever, actually it's still part of the Empire, was actually using the Beskar armor to armor like the stormtroopers to give them Vaskar armor and be kind of like Mandalorian stormtroopers, which kind of fucked over the Mandalorian because like these dudes can fight on our level now. Their armor reflects our blasters, and it's gonna be harder to kill them. And then Moff Gideon's still alive, looking like Darth Vader, Mandalorian type of dude. It was a good little episode 7, man. Though I don't know, we didn't necessarily see it. Paz Vizsla died. I don't know if he actually died, but hopefully he actually survives and can help him out at the end. Because Paz Vizsla is pretty dope. What else we got? Grogu and the droid, and yeah, we got to see the factions fight again, fight against the other droids. It's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do now because Moff Gideon's one's still alive, and they have the fucking stormtroopers with jetpacks and Vaskar armor. So the only shit that's actually gonna be really be able to do stuff against these guys is gonna be the Darksaber. So I don't know what Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians are gonna do, knowing that Moff Gideon has an army of these guys and can just fucking go to war with them. But hopefully this last episode is gonna be like an epic battle. And they take out Moff Gideon. You know, I should have got a Moff Gideon Funko Pop. But yeah, the season's been good so far. I've been enjoying it. How have y'all been liking it? It's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's been slow sometimes. They jumped in and out of the storyline, took us away from Mando a little bit. Didn't really show us much development of Grogu. He's been just kind of still doing his own thing. And again, it's a lot more about Bo-Katan this time. So yeah, it's interesting, but I still like it, man. The development of Bo-Katan has been really cool. And we can see what they're trying to do. And hopefully Mando doesn't die in this, because Pablo Pascal has a whole bunch of like jobs right now. But yeah, they can easily just have him killed off, and then Grogu and Bo-Katan continue the missions and shit like that. But hopefully we good on that, and we just have a cool little finale episode. I don't know if it's the finale episode. It's episode 7, so I would imagine there'll be like 8 or 9, probably 8 though, just to give us a super teaser.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast.